All right, what's up, guys? I'm here with Tyler, Thrill Warrior, as you may know him on Instagram and YouTube. Um,
Today we're just going to be talking about the three B&Ms at Canada's Wonderland. A lot of people rank these differently, and we both do.
oh, that's yeah. I mean, just watch the video, sit back, relax.
Yeah, and
It
just
just
enjoy because
it
we
just
are literally like I will bash Xander's third one, and I'm pretty sure he will bash some of mine.
yes, we're gonna go at it. It's more of like a friendly argument. That's what you call a debate.
Yes,
Now,
very good.
all right, enjoy the video and feel free to comment if you want. Like, just give us some feedback. That would be amazing. Thank you, dude. I'm telling you, I have to bring it up again.
Hmm.
It felt like it. There was a trim. Like they might as well just put a trim on the drop because no, it was so bad. Like Behemoth was either on some crack or something, or there was just an imaginary trim because,
Imaginary trim going down
dude,
halfway down the first drop.
it was almost, oh, bro, it was almost as slow as like when you get to the very top of the helix on backlot going down that drop. It was so
Okay,
slow.
where were you sitting?
Dude, we rode it twice. I rode it twice that day.
Uh huh.
It was either, I think it was my last ride, which was in the back, or second row to the back.
In the back?
In the back.
Because that's even worse. Because in the back, I feel like I'm getting flinged down. I
No,
feel like I'm getting pulled over that drop more
no,
so than I get pulled over Leviathan's drop.
no. I mean, bro, Leviathan. Obviously, there's no trim on the drop. I would hope not. But, dude, I cannot lie to you about this when I say I felt a trim going down that drop. I mean it. I
Oh my
mean it,
god.
man. I mean it. Behemoth was running so last season. And
But like the more you ride that ride, okay. Here's my thing. So we're starting. Okay, I guess we're going to start off with my number two. Your number three.
my
Um,
number three, it should be like honestly, don't even be surprised if this season when I go back, if I even like get the chance, I'm sure I will, hopefully. Um, don't even be surprised if I put the bat over Behemoth because of how the drop can be sometimes.
you, you're going to ride it again this year, and you're going to see.
I will. No, like if I go, I will. I'll ride Behemoth again. Like I
Oh, of
will.
course, and we'll get some good rides on that. Look, we will.
Don't you think you're taking a little bit too much? Like, bro, that was a leap of faith you just took right there.
What
Nah,
do you mean?
there's no way Behemoth. No, we're not gonna get any good rides on Behemoth. I'm telling you. Maybe like
What?
one every 10 or 20.
No, dude, those trim brakes wore themselves out this year. That oh no, that one because it trims every single time.
Bro,
So that's what happens when they don't replace them. I swear they probably like replaced them recently, and that's why they're so strong. Because I don't remember them used to be like that. So
yeah.
what happens is I've heard at LeBron actually at Goliath, there's one trim brake and it hits every single time. And LeBron doesn't take care of Goliath like that ride. I've never ridden it, but like I've heard from my friends who have actually worked there. There's one friend, and he said that the trim brake on Goliath after that turnaround like hits, but like it doesn't do anything anymore.
Oh man. Well, okay. Yes, they want to keep everyone safe, blah blah blah, but why take the fun out of Behemoth? No, my first time riding Behemoth was with you in July. Late July, I
Mhm.
think.
You know what? It's not safety. It's all about
Well,
it's just B and M.
being
It's not.
it's just B&M. It's just
It doesn't have
B&M.
anything to do with safety. It has to do with B&M wanting perfect floater airtime over
I'm
every single hill.
I'm just
That's
mm,
B&M for you.
fuck
B&M doesn't want ejector going over those hills. B&M wants just
floater. I don't
floater
like
or
floater.
elevator
I like ejector. I don't
or
want
strong or really
floater.
strong floater. Because this
Really
is
strong
floater, but
floater.
it's weak. It's very weak floater.
It's it's so bad because
What is
no,
wrong, though? You
when
also got. Did you get stapled on both of them?
I tend to staple myself, okay? Don't ask me
Okay, so
why.
that's probably why. That's also another reason, I got some tricks I gotta teach you. Not a problem. Because
I
in the back rows, I can compare. Okay, and we're gonna jump here and we're gonna compare. I said definitely Behemoth has the quantity airtime. It has way more than Leviathan, but Leviathan has the quality. Behemoth has its quality moments though. So Leviathan has like obviously the speed hill is super quality, and then the floater hill, like in the back row, it has this like burst. I don't know how to like you just have to ride it to know
I
because
really
it starts
do.
off as strong and then you start going down the drop and it's like holy, like it gives you another jolt. You would probably know when you ride it, and like you'd realize now that I've mentioned it. Um, but I say the only like Leviathan has that on both floater hills and the speed hill is just injector all the way.
Oh,
Behemoth has that moment on the first floater hill. I noticed that in the back row. It has that kind of jolt going like when you crest the peak of it. It's kind of what the newer B&M hypers have is that kind of newer profiling of the airtime hills, and Behemoth has that for sure.
man, I don't know. Like, I just hate Behemoth right now. Just from the three rides I've had just this season, not this season, last season, I had maybe one half decent ride, and that was my first ever time riding it, and you were with me. I think we got second to front. That was the seats we got. Second to front row. That was a decent
Oh,
ride, but the only thing that me up was that trim at the end, man. All those trims. They
only one hits though, and then the mid course.
yeah, but the one was it the one at the beginning or the one at the end? Like
It's
before
the very first airtime hill always hits. No, not the very first one. Sorry, the first of the three on the way back always hits. Like except for except for when I test ride,
Wait, what?
it doesn't hit when I test ride.
That's stupid. That's not fair, bro. Why can't I work there?
But the train's still empty. So, but I mean, it's solid. It feels the same as if there was like half a train.
Bro,
So like half a train, it runs slow,
you're so
but the full train is gonna run
lucky.
fast.
You're so lucky.
So good. You
Uh,
see, this is why, because I ride this, because the more you, okay, I used to be in the exact same, I used to say this ride has a rattle, it's such a rattle trap,
it's
it's it's so boring,
it
the
is
airtime hills, the pacing is boring. I never, because I was always a
boring.
fan of that really fast paced kind of ride that Leviathan has,
E-
that fast pace. You really only slow down on the two airtime hills, but
exactly.
like, it's a nice change of pace. And Yukon is just fast, period.
Oh,
And Behemoth
Yukon's
was just
fine.
down, up, down. And
Yeah,
I
no.
used to like,
Behemoth is boring. I'm sorry.
that's exactly what I used to say. And then I wrote and
Well,
I
you
got some decent rides. I started working at it and I like yeah, I started working on it. Obviously, I'm biased, but the thing is I started riding it more because I started working at it. And the more I rode it, I was like, "Damn, this ride gets it's like it's good." Like
I
I rode it it was so good that one time like I wanted to marathon it at the end of the year and I never like I used to marathon Yukon because I used to love that, but like now it's
you
just like
used
whatever.
to.
I used
You
to.
did
I
not
don't
just
marathon Yukon anymore.
insult my second favorite coaster in that park. You did
Okay, so
not.
would you like to jump ship and talk about your second favorite coaster at the park?
Yukon Striker, 10 times better than Behemoth.
Okay,
Behemoth is
okay.
boring.
I
The
used to
drop.
think that.
The you're just biased. You know that's my
Keep going.
excuse.
Keep going. Keep going.
Um, so, I don't know. Like, I guess I see what you're saying. I have to ride Behemoth more but then again, it's just I don't know. Compared to Leviathan, let's say you ride Leviathan and then you ride Behemoth. Behemoth is just gonna it's just gonna feel like a kiddie coaster. It's just gonna feel like I'm just insulting this ride because I really
You
don't like
really
it that
are.
much. I really don't like it that much. Yes, it's old. Yes, it's gonna have a rattle. But what I'm more concerned about is the stupid trims. Just get rid of them. I don't give a Just get rid of them.
I
Stupid.
would say get rid of them too. I
Just
wish I
get
knew how
get
to
rid
turn
of
them
them.
off.
And maybe I'll actually enjoy Behemoth. The only good thing about Behemoth is the lift hill, and
You
I
don't
mean
like
that.
those two air.
I
You
love the
don't like okay. The first I love the first drop because I think I just I ride I have a testing seat and a testing train. and it's not like you're assigned to it. I'm like, this is my train, guys. Like, let me ride.
This is
So
my
it's
train.
red train, back row, edge, left seat,
Why are you
and
so
it's on the red
specific,
train.
bro? That's sick.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
god.
so good.
That's
So,
awesome.
anyways, like it's closer. It's the closest to the water, so you get to see that. And then you get to the like it's gonna pull you over. And the thing is, like, I lean out the side and like I just like can see I just like float all the way down. It's just such a good like the profiling of the drop. It's Leviathan's is just straight. Behemoth's kind of turns at the bottom, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that swooping, and I think Diamondback does it too, but I don't remember much of Diamondback because I wasn't a fan of that either. It's turned into like a Behemoth Rand versus no, Behemoth Rand versus a Behemoth like praise kind of video.
Yes, but I am going to admit the best part of Behemoth is either the lift hill or the helix.
Okay, how can it
That's
be the lift when the helix is there? It's the helix.
I
Just say
love
the helix, and
I love lift hills. I love lift hills. Please don't like that's my favorite element on Behemoth, I think. Just the lift hill. I just like it. I just like the view.
so that was your number three. So Yukon Striker is my number three. So
Ooh,
so let's see. So what about Yukon do you just absolutely love?
the drop.
It's pretty good. Like
It's
I have a
yes.
technique that I've learned, and I probably won't say it on here, but
Oh,
man, do you get some good airtime going on that drop. I will show
wait.
you it in the summertime.
You have a
Oh man,
technique,
it's nuts.
bro.
It's like next level. Like if it's like the best don't exist.
We
I'll just say that.
Oh man, dude, we got to plan a day, and you need to show me this technique. It'll that would be sick. Make
Yeah,
Yukon Striker just 10 times better than it
yeah.
already is. I just it's great.
Like okay, like, every little trick I will show you will make every single ride at this park better.
But
But
yeah, I
yeah, so
mean,
you love Yukon. The drop on that is really good. I love the tunnel. I wish like they kept the lights off in the tunnel during haunt, but for some reason they decided to turn them on. I don't know why.
oh dude,
Um,
I wish I rode that thing in the haunt. I wish I rode any coaster in the dark.
and then once you're out of that tunnel, once you go into that zero G roll, it is dark back there. You can't see anything in the fog because they had that scare zone by the pathway there, and
You can't
the
see anything,
the fog would go on the track, and man, it was so dark, and like the ride just felt like you were in a forest. It was so
dude.
good. Like that's like the night rides on Yukon are really good because they're in the forest. Same with Behemoth too, but
Yeah,
Behemoth has spotlights. And Leviathan, so does Leviathan.
I
So
don't
Yukon has like the
know.
Yukon and Mindbuster have like the darkest night rides at Wonderland.
We did Leviathan. I did Leviathan once, which was my first ever ride, and I went on with strangers. So obviously it was a little bit nerve wracking for me. I mean, my first coaster back in how many years? Plus my first Giga.
Hmm.
I've never been on Leviathan before. I'm on there with a bunch of strangers. I was dead silent. I was just scared. No, I was kind of scared because like just
Hmm.
imagine that you're going 306 feet in the air and you
And,
haven't ridden a roller coaster in 2 or 3
uh-huh.
years, and you were previously scared of heights. But after riding that the first time, my fear of heights just kind of just vanished. I mean, and then you ran
Hmm.
into me. You're like, "Hey, are you Xander?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then we we rode Leviathan again, and we got lucky and we got front row. For my second ever
Yeah,
ride, and yeah, after that, I was
amazing.
like, I just fell in love with Leviathan. It's great. It's a great ride. It's fun.
It just looks good.
The elements on that thing are insane. So airtime hill, that dude. I'm sorry, but that thing. It's
That
second.
speed hill, ooh man.
The airtime hill is the second best part of the ride. I
What's your
like
favorite?
the hammerhead turn.
Ooh,
Yeah,
interesting choice.
I love it. I love it, man. It's great. It's
I
great.
used to think that I was like, okay, it's a hammerhead, but in the back row, left side, it just because you kind of start and then like the front already kind of whips around it, and the back is still kind of just getting up there, so it slows down, and then you're just kind of hanging there. It's 115 degrees,
Oh yeah,
and you're just you feel like you're gonna fall out. I absolutely love
yeah,
it.
dude. You almost go upside down on that thing. Like
20 degrees
I think
steeper and it'd
it's
be an
like
inversion.
yeah, I know, dude. You almost go upside. It's fucking. I love it. Like it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then um, I got a we got a rain. I don't know if you were there with us, but we remember it started raining. It was
Yeah.
late August,
It-
and I got back
Ooh.
row in the rain, bro. It was so good. I'm sorry. It was so good.
It was, yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, so for me personally, so if I had to choose, like that ride has the speed that I absolutely love. I love
Yes.
speed on coasters. It has the quality airtime, the best quality airtime at Wonderland for sure. The turn I always grab it on, that speed hill, whoo, that's I can never choose. So that's actually my I think my second favorite. My favorite element on that ride is the floater airtime hill. That thing
Yeah.
is just
It's crazy.
huge.
So
It is
good.
so big, and I don't know if it's like the combination of just like being on that ride and then like being off it too. Like you just hear the ride just like soar up into that and you look straight up and like, oh my God.
It's
And
so
it just
good, bro.
yeah, and then like I said, in that back row, you get that like jolty feeling like at the top, like it's just floater, 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 and then it's like, whoa, like you really get that the pull. The pull just is it's so extra. And then I think personally, so that ride Leviathan has like one of the best first halves. Like for a Giga, I mean, it has a very strong first half. The first half being for me, for the drop, the turn, the speed hill, the floater hill, then the hammerhead, and anything after the hammerhead is considered second half for me.
Yes, dude. Oh, bro.
Yeah.
I like. I don't know the hammerhead. I love the hammerhead. I
There's
don't.
not a bad element
It's
on the first in the first half.
the worst part of Leviathan is. Oh, dude. I can't even say. There's
I
nothing
can
wrong with that. Oh no, sorry. I lied.
I can choose.
If we're not counting the brake run, then there's nothing wrong with it. But the brake run is the worst part of the ride because how freaking long it is. But it's really not a
Yeah,
short ride.
it's really not.
It's not
Like
like
the
yeah.
worst elements on that ride. There's that speed curve that's after the hammerhead, and it's like okay, that could be a little bit more banked. Like it's just kind of there, and you just kind of sideways. It's not even 90
Dude,
degrees. That's the sad part. It's so sad. Like if they even made it 90 degrees, that element would actually be a lot more solid. Because I love. It's fun. It's really low to the ground, which is great. It's a change of pace from the two huge elements, the hammerhead and the floater hill that come before it. But like if it just was banked a little bit more, so like it could have a little bit more whip or something, that would make that better. And then just the kind of the last turn, just kind of like crawl, depending on how it runs, it kind of crawls through it. But like, it's fun. It actually provides some decent force though. That last one in the
yeah.
back row.
In
Hmm.
just the drop in back row in general. I'm sorry, but like I don't think any B&M will
Hmm.
ever pass Leviathan. I mean, I'm saying B&M because like there's RMCs out there that look like will be better than
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
Gwazi, cough cough.
Hmm. Yeah, like it could be also home bark bias for like being a Giga coasters too, like my home bark bias for like Pipers. But
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, like I think honestly, like I don't know if Orion can beat Leviathan either.
Orion?
I think Fury can for me personally, but Orion, I'm not too sure.
I mean, that's gonna be your 100th credit, correct?
Not anymore. I
No?
don't think so.
Where are you going?
Might be Quasi.
Oh, you're going to Florida?
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh.
Anyways,
Oh,
anything
yes.
else we would like to talk about for B&Ms?
B&M's. Okay. So we went over Behemoth is Leviathan is top tier. Yukon Strikers in the middle. Okay.
So that's for you.
That's
For
for me.
me, Leviathan just like skyrockets above all of those, and then Behemoth is like for me, like
Yeah.
you can call me you can call me crazy.
I'm not. I won't.
I Mm, I love it. I can stare. I
uh,
have it on my. I've been staring at this whole time on my screensaver on my computer.
dude, I love the look of Behemoth. It looks so nice. I love it. I like the look of
It's
it, but like,
beautiful.
and
People say it needs a like on my desktop saver on my computer. it looks like it needs a repaint, but like in every other photo I have, it doesn't really need it.
It kind of does.
It does though.
It
Depends. With the naked
kind
eye,
of
it does.
does. It really does. Like, no, I'm not just saying this because I hate the ride, but I mean, I don't hate it.
When you can't hate the ride, I don't like. Okay, the only rides I really hate are like the ones at the bottom. Like I don't hate Yukon because it's just kind of there. Like
It's
okay,
just there.
Yukon's really good. Okay, Yukon for me that ride has like the more I rode it, I think the less the novelty really wore off this past year for me.
Dude.
They call me crazy. The novelty definitely wore off from 2019 to 2020 to now.
What? Are you.
Um,
Bro.
I love the speed. It has its parts that I absolutely love, but then like it just I
Yukon, though.
it just
Why?
I'm an airtime fan. Like the inversions,
Why?
like okay, I love inversions, but it depends how they're done. The last two inversions on Yukon are like two of my favorite inversions. Like
Nah.
not like that I've been on, but like
They're okay.
they're good.
They're
I love the vertical loop. It's so fast.
the loop near the. I know. I got a few pictures of the loop. I
Yeah,
know.
the loop is very fast, and the second Immelman just like rips you through it. It's so good. But the
I
first two,
like
like the Zero G Wander, has some good hang time, but like the first Immelman just kind of okay.
Zero G roll. I mean, I'm glad I can experience an element like that. I really am.
Wonderland needed something like that.
Yeah,
But
they
yeah, like
did.
it just kind of doesn't really have. It just goes so fast through them. But I'm just kind of. It's all positives for me.
But yeah,
It's fine.
we should do two parts to this.